So this is going to be a pretty quick video. Just want to talk about why I like the 25K accounts. I'm using Lucid Flex 25K because with the right promo code, you can get it for only $50. And of course, I had to blow 7 of them to finally pass one this month, last month in February. But anyways, so you can see I was swinging for the fence here. Look at 1 day trade, 1 day, just trying to hit a home run. Finally, 1 day. Finally, I just said, you know what? Let me go ahead and take my time and just do it right. So 1, 2, 3, whatever, 6 days. Oh, 7 days. Just using 1 to 2 micros, just trying to crawl across the finish line. So the flexes, they're not great because if you look, it's 50% of the profit up to $1,000. You get $6,000 payouts. So you can make 6K basically off this thing. But, I don't typically like the 50% thing. But it is what it is. Either way, it's 5 days with at least $100, but typically you got to make at least $1,000 because it's a $500 minimum payout request. If you're a beginner trader, it's actually probably better to use a 25K over a 50K app. So if I make $1,250, then I'm funded. And I can start withdrawing, right? So if I just go for 3K, let's say, now I have a withdrawal pool of $1,750, right? 50% of that, and then 90% I can put in my bank account. So that's $787. While the person trading 50K eval just passed once they hit 3,000. So I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to get 3,000 anyways, do I want A, to get 3,000 and then pass, or B, get 3,000 and put some money in my account, $787 at least for my first payout? So I said, you know what? I'd rather go ahead and get 3,000 and pay myself rather than to get 3,000 and start again. It forces you to do 1 or 2 micros, and it's actually better for you. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ recently. I mean, the reason why you can't afford to be trading even 4 or 5 micros with some of these candles. You have to do 1 or 2. Look at the size of this thing. Look at this candle right here, for example. I wish I was trading in the afternoon yesterday. Look at this thing. This candle's from 680 to 800. Are you kidding me? 120 points for 1 candle. So what are you going to do? You're going to enter right here, right? And let's say, what are you going to do? You're going to put your stop 120 points. You have to, but you're scared if you have 4 or 5, 6 contracts. You're like, man, 120 points on 1 bar? Are you serious? How do you play that? You got to play with 1 micro if you're on a $25,000 account, or if you're on a $50,000 account, $100,000 account. Man, you better go 1 or 2 micros, 120 points. I mean, even at open, excuse me. I mean, some of these bars, not 120 points, but still. I mean, look at this one here, for example. Let's say, you would have got stopped out anyway, that bar. And now, look, you would have got, right? Let's say you got it here at the end of it, at the wick. That's, let's just say 720. Your entry would have been 720. And then your stop would have been right here. Let's say 670. Woof. 50 points? 50 points stop loss, man. That's pretty heavy with 4 or 5 micros or 1 mini. 50 points is it's too much. So with some of this price action lately, I mean, if you take a look at this stuff, look at these bars. That's why people have been getting wicked out. That's why people have been blowing their accounts lately. Look at this. The past 7 days, I've just been trading 1 and 2 micros. 350 up to 4. That's 100 points for 1 minute. 1 minute bar. How do you trade? How do you enter with heavy contracts with a 100-point stop loss? You can't. Look at the size of these things. So if you've been struggling lately, you might be not properly calculating the size of some of these bars recently. Because if you're like me and you're doing 25K or 50K accounts, I'm telling you, you have to really be cautious of these 100-point bars. These things are nasty. Whew. Man. Stopped out. Look at that. And this one fooled you. You know, you would think this is a nice engulfing candle. Took out 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. You're like, hey, I'm selling. And then boom. Oh, man. That's rough. Anyways, folks, if you're a beginner, hey, I would think about switching to 25K. You know, you only need 26,250 to get funded. And just do 1 or 2 micros, man. Trust me. They add, with these kind of bars, with a 100-point bar, 2 micros adds up. You're looking at $400 right there off of 1 candle. So, oh man, look at this. You catch this move, just this move here with 2 micros and you're funded. Just 2 micros. You get from here to here. Oh, Lord. Call it a day. All right, folks. The NASDAQ Sniper. Just want to, give you some insight, give you the game, make you look at the candles, let you know what I'm thinking, man. And 25K, I think it's a better vehicle. It helps you to force discipline, and in this type of a market, you have to be disciplined. You have to be doing quick math because this thing can be treacherous. And look, small. So you're thinking, okay, yes. And then bam. All right, folks, NASDAQ Sniper here. Happy trading. God bless.